Good day, great hands. My name is Carden Madzokere. I'm the author and publisher of the distinction-bound student textbooks, and welcome to a continuation on a lesson on utility. Okay, so I'll put this lesson on the same playlist so that you watch the first one and then you just continue. So these are the questions that we've covered, where we defined the market, we introduced utility, we discussed whether or not it was subjective, and then we spoke about the law of diminishing marginal utility. Now we were now on the characteristics of utility, so that's where we're going to start. Okay. But the 9.1, we had done it in the previous lesson. So basically there we were saying, is utility usefulness? Well, no, it's not. We looked at this example here that I gave to say certain goods may be harmful, but a person will consume them because first and foremost, the good has value to them. So they spend money to purchase those goods, even though the goods are not useful. Something like alcohol, something like cigarettes, those goods are actually harmful, but a person purchases them because they possess utility. Okay, so with the same level of thinking, let's move on to another concept. Now, what's the relationship between utility and satisfaction? Does utility mean satisfaction? Because if we go back to the definition, it seems like it's one thing. Utility is satisfaction, but not really. That's what we're going to learn just now. Okay, so what's the relationship between utility and satisfaction? Okay, so utility is the quality or power of a commodity to satisfy human wants, whereas satisfaction is the result of utility. Okay, so a good will, or should I say, a good possesses utility to different people. Well, to some, it probably doesn't even possess it. It's more like value as well. That's why we even said in the first lesson that utility is subjective. So with that in mind, here's a good example. Apples lying in a shop of a fruit seller, do you think they have utility? Well, they do. So we're going to take have, okay? So have utility for us, but we get satisfaction only when we purchase and consume, because just purchasing is not enough. So satisfaction comes from consumption. So a good possesses utility, whether you purchase it or not, it does possess it. But then satisfaction only comes on purchasing. Okay. It then means utility is present all the time. So it's present even before the actual consumption of a commodity, and satisfaction is obtained only after its consumption. So utility is the cause actually, and satisfaction is the effect. So utility is the cause. What do we mean by that? We purchase a good because it possesses utility. And then once we purchase it, we consume it, then we get satisfaction. So satisfaction is the effect. So satisfaction happens after purchasing, and purchasing is done because you are aware that the good possesses utility. And in other words, you value that good to begin with. You value it because of the utility that you can, get. And then because it possesses utility, you then purchase. Then after consuming, then the effect is satisfaction. Okay. Now, what about utility and pleasure? Does utility mean pleasure? Well, let's find out. So it is not necessary that a commodity possessing utility also gives pleasure when it is consumed. The example I give here would just make it obvious. Utility is free from pain or pleasure. Okay, that means something that possesses utility could be be fun. So we can gain pleasure from consuming that product. But it's not everything that we consume that we enjoy. Okay, a good example here is an injection possesses utility. Okay, so we're going to take possesses because It does. It has. So the mere fact that an injection possesses utility doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to enjoy it. Well, it's actually painful. So it does possess utility for a patient because it can relieve him or her from illness. Now, but injections give him no pleasure. Actually, gives him no pleasure. So we're taking the second option. Gives him no pleasure. Instead, it gives him so much pain. Here's quinine is beta. Have you seen that babies don't like medicine, but they are not even aware that it's important for them to have it. So this one is beta in taste, but it has the utility to treat a patient for malaria. So there is no, okay, we're taking the second option again. There is no relationship between utility and pleasure. So utility isn't pleasure. These are two separate things. Utility isn't satisfaction. And the first one was utility doesn't mean usefulness. Okay. Then the next one is something that we've been preaching the whole time. Utility is subjective, meaning it's not objective. So utility is a subjective and psychological concept. It means utility is a commodity. It means utility of a commodity differs actually. Second option, differs from person to person. Opium is of great utility for a man accustomed to opium, but it has no utility for a man who is not accustomed to opium. Meaning it has utility to some people. Okay, so we're taking some people. In the same manner, utility of different commodities is actually differs from person to person. Therefore, utility is subjective. Conclusion. Okay, then the last one, I'm sure there's the last one. Yes, it is. The last one, utility is actually relative. That means it's not absolute. Okay, something absolute is like, let's say, distance from this wall to the next wall. The distance does not depend on the time of the day. It does not depend on seasons. It does not depend on any other item. It is absolute. From here to here, if it's 4.5 meters, it stays 4.5 meters forever. The distance between the walls in this room. So that is absolute. But something relative is something that changes. Okay, like street lights have utility at night. During the day, they do not. So actually, they should be switched off. And once it's night time, then we switch them on because now they have utility. So then it's relative. Because if it was absolute, it would... oxygen is absolute. Actually, we need it all the time. So, but utility is not like that. We don't need the light all the time like street lights. We need them at night. During the day, we switch them off. So utility for street lights is high at night and low during the day. It's as simple as that. So utility is relative. Let's go. And then a commodity may possess different, may not. So the first option. So a commodity may possess different utility at different times or at different places or for different persons. In winter, a jersey has great utility, but in summer, its utility decreases. Okay, so we're taking great here, we're taking decreases here. Okay, so that sums this part. And then we might as well just confirm our answers. Well, these are the ones we did in the first lesson. And then the reason why value is subjective, here's the reason. The reason why utility is subjective as well, here's the reason. The reason why price is objective, here's the reason. Now, we also talked about the law of diminishing marginal utility And the fact that utility is not usefulness, here's the conclusion here. And then we went on to talk about utility and satisfaction just now. And we concluded then that utility is the cause and satisfaction is the effect. We went on to talk about utility and pleasure, and we said utility is actually not pleasure. Sometimes it can be associated with pain, so it doesn't discount the fact that it is, what do you call it? It is independent from pleasure. Then the next one is utility being subjective, and this one we've said it over and over again, and just now we've learned that it's a relative concept. All right, so this brings us to the end of this particular lesson, and I urge you to continue watching. We have actually a good section that's coming. I love this part where we talk about markets. This can be useful to grade 10s, grade 11s, and 12s as well. And so here we have characteristics, but I didn't give all 12 criteria according to our grade 12 syllabus, since this is grade 10. And the part that I cannot wait to get to is price formation. Okay, I can't wait to see how you can, deal with these graphs. If you are able to use this demand schedule, some call it schedule, to draw a demand curve using these figures. And also what would happen if things change, like say from 2020 to 2025 and so on. So I just cannot wait to take you through this portion. It's whatever has graphs makes me so excited. So I'll see you in the next lesson, where actually the next one I'll start with those characteristics, then we come to these graphs. This has brought us to the end of the lesson. Thank you. God bless.